How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Oh, we are doing things a little bit different today. Also, I do need to adjust my camera here. Also, chat, question. There's also another feature I need to do. I think it's either this or P. Oh, here we go. That's how we're gonna do it. Awesome! And it works again. Alrighty, so we got 4 people for the Alliance. We're waiting for the 5th, which is Cure Shift, Dad, Kedron, Merrymaker, and Pelter. Ooh, Tasty. Tasty, what kind of spec are you playing, though? That's a shield. I see your shield. That's an early Shaman. Change your filters to every server, German, Spanish, etc. Or some groups won't show up. You guys keep telling me those filters. When I played on the EU, there was no filter, so I keep forgetting about that. I guess there's that. I would think, like, if you want to play EU, wouldn't you want to have filter, like, off all the time, play with everybody in the mother? Anyway, we got the duels. I know I'm covering, like, Pelter a little bit, but it's fine. In the YouTube video, it'll be better. What do we got going first? It looks like it's going to be Shiax first up versus our boy, Pelter. Feral versus, and Steven! Woo! Goddamn, boy! I was gonna commentate, but now we gotta do this, my man! Looting for the Horde, hell yeah, my guy! The Horde does look good, but I would root for Alliance, it got tasty! Hey, can we get a hashtag? Can we get a hashtag? Steven in chat showing appreciation for the wonderful donation. That's another one dono, dude! He did some donos last night for the, what is it, the raid progression, man. What a goddamn beauty. Steven, that's like 80 bones! You're a goddamn madman. Thank you so much, Steven. I appreciate that. Holy shit. As if... Perfect, because Steven, you came in at the right time. Because you know what happened? These guys are playing druids. They're just running at each other, dotting each other, and LOSing. It's back to pillow hugging. But let's watch the duel and see what happens. Shiax playing Feral. Pelter's playing Boomy. It looks like Shiax actually went through a lot of defensives. Wall and a big heal. No trinket out of them, though. Pelter, on the other hand, went through some defensives, or some offensives, but not a defensive yet. Getting reopened by Shiax. Shiax is going for some big damage right now. Dragon's Fury coming out. That's actually a big cooldown coming out for Shiax, and that's going to be a bark skin for Pelter. Is he going to be able to survive it? Cyclone to follow to get Shiax into a clone, and that's going to be a trinket out of Shiax. Continue to pressure Pelter, who's taking a lot of damage. Hasn't popped his heal big yet at all. Won't be able to stun Shiax. It's going to be GR, just popping up Moonfire. Is getting some damage, building up for that Maelstrom, or not Maelstrom, but Star Surge right now. Going into Boomy, going in for big damage. Root coming out, trying to clone Shiax. Doesn't get the clone, but he's going to go for regrowths back to back. Shiax still deaded up. Shiax just doing a circle around the pillar and coming back at Pelter. Shiax trying to get the bleed damage up right now. It's going to be checking out a Pelter coming out. It's going to be a big bite out of Shiax, trying to catch some LOS. And Pelter just sitting out for a second, just thinking about what to do. Going for a regrowth spam right afterwards. Pelter has the better mana for it. Donald Trump!
Top Donald should be Donald.
Top Donald should be Donald. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Donald. We're going to hashtag Donald Trump in chat. Donald Trump. Out of all the people. Get donos, bro. Appreciate ya. Appreciate you, Donald Trump, even though we know who you truly are. We got Cyclone coming out onto Shiax by Pelter. Regrowth to follow. Regrowth and Cyclone again. I think Pelter's just playing defensive. Going for a flap for a second. I guess BM flap. It is going to be a huge Star Surge coming out. Or not Star Surge, but a lot of star power building up for Pelter. But he's taking so much damage. Shiax is going to be able to do this. Wall came out for Shiax. That still has a wall available. Heal back up for Shiax. Pelter still can't find himself in a bad situation. Bear form is what he has. And Cyclone, going to be the shortest Cyclone in the world. Needs to get away from the Feral. Redotting him up a little by little. Root coming out right afterwards. Going for another regrowth. And that's going to be a few instant casts coming out by Pelter. Shiax is not taking too much damage right now. Shiax is still doing decent. Pelter going for a huge heal while he has it back into bear form, and Shiax is still putting so much pressure onto Pelter. Pelter needs to find a way to turn this around. Does he have a bash as a talent, but I'm not talented into it. He's going for another regrowth. There's going to be a wall out of Shiax. Shiax is going behind the pillar as well, trying to catch some LOS. That's going to be re-heals for both of the druids. Shiax is going to want to try to find himself a restyle. Pelter is not allowing him to do that. Shiax is just charging right in. That's going to be a root out of Pelter into Incarnation. Pelter got some big damage stored up. Shiax is just going to line it completely. Pelter has big Incarn, big damage, gets an auto attack through the pillar. pillar, but GX is just going to avoid him completely. GX is dropping kind of low. Those dots are hurting for a lot. Pelcher should be putting, I think, at least maybe Starfall, at least, you know, at least for one side of the pillar. That's going to be big damage coming out onto GX. GX actually dropping. Stun onto Pelcher, and Pelcher takes out GX. Pelcher was able to take out GX pretty quickly, pretty efficiently, and Sejuk is going up next. There's going to be a lot of cooldowns on a Pelcher. This AoE is going to break him out. Trinket available for Pelcher right now. Still has a lot of cooldowns available. That's going to be a Blade Storm to counter the Cyclone into a kick onto a heal. Pelcher has no cooldowns available. It's going to be a full Cyclone. Is Sejuk going to trigger it? Nope. That's going to be big re-heals for Pelcher. Pelcher's still hanging in there right now. Did Pelcher go in for maybe a disarm type of build? That'd be interesting if he did something like that. That's going to be another Cyclone onto Sejuk into another regrowth. Second regrowth. Pelcher's actually recovering little by little. No dampening quite yet, so no dampener onto his playstyle. But Sejuk wants to go for some big damage. Get him rooted as that happens into a short Cyclone afterwards. Charge onto Pelcher. Sejuk finally is able to get some damage out. Wasn't quite able to follow up though. Wait, does this fuck up my, okay, no, it just changed my number 3. So, guys, try not to leave. Even if you lost the deal, try not to leave for this. It kind of messes with my, because sometimes mess with my UI and whatnot. There's going to be big damage onto by Pelcher, though, onto Sejuk, but Sejuk continues to pressure. Dampening coming in at about 1%. It's going to be a big leap onto Pelcher with an execute to hopefully follow. Pelcher's finding himself with so low health, he can go down, and he does as he gets the root out. Sejuk does take him out, and who's going to be the next person up? Probably knows it's going to be one of the rogues. Also, rogues, if you guys are not in, if you're not dueling, be out of stealth if you can. That's going to be Sapper to Sejuk. He does have the eyes up, though. He's going to be able to get a short heal off of Kedron. And Kedron wants to go for a stun. I think Kedron actually followed up and got the stun off, but the Blade Storm breaks a stun right afterwards if it happens in the same global. And Kedron just trying to get himself a reroll. It looks like Broadsides is the buff. It's a decent buff. You can do something with it, but Sejuk is such low health. I don't think Kedron will need to pop too many cooldowns onto it. Sejuk does need to heal, though. It's going to be a fear onto Kedron. Charge, heal. Sejuk needs to get healing going back to back. Kedron finding a stun onto Sejuk. Can he do some damage with Adrenaline Rush? It's going to be a trinket out of Sejuk, because Sejuk finding recovery. It's going to be parry available. Sejuk tried to charge in, but couldn't heal off of that charge, and Kedron does take him out. Tasty's going up next, trying to get slows onto the rogue. There's going to be a Cloak of Shadows for Kedron. Find himself kind of low health. 7% dampening. Tasty putting up an Earth Shield. Can Tasty do something right now as an Elemental Shaman? We haven't seen these guys since Legion. Picking up the eyes, getting sapped up by Kedron, though. Into an opener onto by Kedron. It's going to be short knockback, and Tasty gets a big damage out. Back-to-back stuns by Kedron into Plunder Armor, killing space. A lot of damage that Tasty's going to have to take. Stun onto Rogue into a Hex, trying to get healing surges while dampening. It isn't going to completely destroy him. Primal Storm Elemental coming up, as well as a Skyfear Totem. Stun onto Kedron while the Ellie gets all the damage out. Stormkeeper coming out. That Ellie is doing so much damage. Lava Burst to follow. Kedron has no Cloak of Shadows, and that's actually going to be a dead Rogue right there. That Ellie did all the damage for Tasty. That was absolutely nuts. And Control Shift is going up next, getting an opener onto Tasty. Is that going to be maybe a knockup by Storm Ellie? Does he even have a knockup anymore while coming out for Tasty? Trying to get some damage, gets a slow onto Control Shift, and going for heals back to back. Control Shift is not going to be able to find himself a restyle, but continuing to just put bleeds and pressure onto Tasty. That was going to be a stun by Tasty. Trinket into a bash to Tasty, knockback for Tasty. He still has a Trinket available, but find himself at fairly low health. Primal Earth Elements are coming out for another stun. There's big damage out of Control Shift. No wall available for Tasty, though. Tasty is trying to go for some heals back to back. I think there's no bash, or maybe that was bash. I guess bash was used by the Feral, and Tasty's just healing back to back with this, going in for some damage. The Ellie is still pounding. We do get a Curl Shift dodging the Capacitor Totem, and that's gonna be a big Earth Shock onto Curl Shift, though. Didn't expect it. Welcome out, kicked on his heel. Could Tasty actually take out a Feral after beating a Rogue? Earth Elemental is still up for a little bit longer. I don't know for how much longer. Should be going down anytime soon. Curl Shift find himself still at low health, not healing at all. 70% dampening. Could still heal, but Lightning Last is gonna lock him out. Can the Earth Elemental beat him up to death, or is that gonna be, that's gonna be it? And that's a dead Feral right there. Taste is able to take another one out, showing us the Shaman is still a god if played correctly. Merrymaker is up next. He does have some enchants to himself, so that looks like a decent rogue from Blackrock. Skyfear Totem down, not killing it. Earthbind, no, he does kill all the totems. Tasty is getting himself a heal. Shadow Step Kick, though, is gonna come out. That is a Subtlety rogue. Can Tasty beat it, or is Subtlety gonna, is the Subtlety even gonna have enough damage to beat an Elemental Shaman? I know Subtlety is kind of low on damage sometimes, on consistency. Hex coming out for Tasty. It's not gonna be anything that Merrymaker can do anything about. It's gonna be full Hex, just has cooldowns available, and Tasty is slinging in a full meatball into Merrymaker, who's gonna want to go for a reset. No trinket available for Merrymaker anymore. Tasty's found himself in a place where he can't really heal. I guess mana is pretty low. He's trying to get some damage out. I guess also doesn't want Merrymaker to get a reset. Gets a free heal real quickly. Does drop a slow totem on the other side, and Merrymaker has himself sprint. Kills the totem. No, it doesn't kill the totem. I guess he has sprint. Sprint doesn't slow you down on damage, and that's going to be a stab. Did Merrymaker use all his cooldowns? Sometimes it's hard to see with this kind of UI what kind of cooldowns he's able to use, or what cooldowns did he use already. That's going to be lots of damage coming out onto Tasty. That's going to be not a Cloak of Shadows yet, but that's going to be a stun wall for Tasty. Pre-walled all that damage and does a knockback onto Merrymaker. Vanish coming out instantaneously with Cloak of Shadows to follow. That's actually a lot of cooldowns out of Merrymaker right now, and Tasty's sitting right there healing to full, doing just fine. Gonna go on a mountain, gonna pick up the eyes. He's gonna be able to see the rogue afterwards, though. Merrymaker sees this, going behind the pillar instantaneously. Tasty didn't pick up the eyes just yet. She picks up the eyes now, still getting sapped up by Merrymaker, though. Can Tasty pull this one out? It looks like it's going to be a stun instantaneously by Tasty onto Merrymaker as he tries to get his opener. Dropping down some totems. It's going to be a full stun into a stun onto Merrymaker. That's actually big cooldowns out of Tasty with his racial being used right now, but won't be able to get much damage out. There's going to be Big Storm Ellie. No Cloak of Shadows available. That is going to be Sky Fury Totem and a knockback onto Merrymaker. Healing Surge coming out. Merrymaker still taking damage from the Storm Ellie. It looks like a little bit of damage as he's just able to range the rogue from so far away. Merrymaker find himself nice LOS behind the pillar, and Tasty is kind of trying to get Merrymaker on the other side of the pillar where the pet can actually do some damage. The pet is kind of walk into Merrymaker. That stun is going to keep him in place. That pet is not going to get a cast off, and that's going to be blind onto Tasty. Tasty trinkets it, knowing that he could probably score for a win. Merrymaker is trying to line Tasty full kidney. The pet does go down, and there is going to be a smaller Storm Elemental Guardian to beat up Merrymaker, not letting him go for a restyle. That's actually an interesting. Is that an Azeroth trait or something? That has to be. Does kill the totem on the other side. Not able to find himself a restyle. Shadow Blades or Shadow Dance is available. Trying to get some damage back to back. That stun is going to keep him in place yet again. I think it might be even a knockback by Tasty. Shadow Step onto Tasty right afterwards. No Hex, no heal available quite yet. Merrymaker is still alive, still caking, but is burning through a lot of cooldowns. There's going to be Cap Totem as he tries to kill the Sky Fury. Cap Totem couldn't take him out, and that's going to be him getting out of stun. Kicking Tasty on that Hex. Capacitor Totem is going down, and so did the Sky Fury. That was a defensive kidney. Wants to interrupt Tasty on his healing surge. Nope, decides he wants to go back. I guess there's a dot on him available. That's such a bad spot for a Subtlety Rogue to be in. This is actually kind of a hard duel for Subtlety, man. Subtlety doesn't have a lot of consistent damage. Does have the Insta-Mount, though. Yikes. Utilizing the Insta-Mount while he has it. That's actually really strong. Everybody should get an Insta-Mount if you guys have one from Halloween. Merrymaker is going to find himself with a Cloak of Shadows. Burn the cloak just so he can catch a re-stealth. That's going to be eyes for Tasty. Not quite sure. Trying to play into the head of Merrymaker. 40% dampening, so for Tasty this is going to get really bad. For Merrymaker, as long as he has big cooldowns, he might be able to do something. And a sap coming out. Is Merrymaker lining up a big cooldowns here? Is he going to go for big setup? Going to go for a full kidney onto Tasty into a knockback. Coming back in. Big cooldowns available right now. Cheap shot back to back. Tasty's finding himself at about half health while coming out instantaneously, and Lightning Lasso. It's going to be trinket by Merrymaker. So no trinket, no Cloak of Shadows against Tasty for a while. Tasty's still able to heal for a fair amount. Dampening is at 43%, but Tasty's still able to recover with that Earth Shield available. That's going to be Earth Elemental to follow and catch up to the Rogue. Maybe get a stun on him when he's not expecting it. That is going to be also on top of that. Sky Fury Totem blinds Tasty with a trinket out of Tasty coming out into kidney. Still playing very defensively, just running around the pillar the whole time. Realizes he has no damage, literally zero offensive pressure, and he's just going to kite away, just trying to play the survivability game. Not going to engage at all. Earthbind Totem is going to slow him down by a little bit. Tasty still wants to make sure dots are rolling and sustained damage is available. Letting the Earth Ellie kind of beat him up for a bit, trying to knock him away from the pillar. Is going to be Shadow Step instantaneously. Getting a Night Blade onto Tasty, but still Merrymaker is taking so much damage. Cap Totem is down. Kills the Cap Totem pretty quickly. Stormkeeper's coming out for Tasty, trying to juke him out. Is getting a few insta caps for Lava Burst. Now it's going to be a kidney again. The Rogue is still fully dotted up. No Cloak of Shadows for a while. Smoke Bomb dropping, and that's still Earth Elemental beating him up from the back. There's going to be a stun onto the Rogue. Tasty get himself a nice re-heal. Making sure to stop off at all time with full health. That Elemental is not letting Merrymaker do anything. Is Tasty going to be able to take him out? And that's still a lot of damage coming out of Tasty back to back. Big Ellie coming out with big burst, killing Sky Fury Totem and trying to line it as fast as he can, but still taking damage from the pet. Still just allowing himself to be in line of sight of the pet. Is not going to be cast from the pet. Cloak of Shadows coming out right now. Vanish right afterwards. Can he go anywhere? He's going to be able to catch a reset, but Tasty, can he go for the eyes and find this rogue? Merrymaker is running out of cooldowns, running out of options, does want to sap Tasty on the setup. Is Tasty going to let him? Is going to be sad, but he's still trying to get the pet to cast a spell into Merrymaker. Merrymaker still has a dot of some sort, for sure. Tasty still is going to be able to see him. Putting down Earth Grab Totem on one side, sap on the other side. Is he going to be able to dot him up? Nope, LOS is not going to let him. Yikes. Tasty's still hanging in there though, man. For an elemental shaman, and he's just easy. Come on, dude. It's putting us to sleep. Get out of the goddamn pillar and fight this man. Fight him like a man. I know, he's a subtlety rogue. I know, he's trying to play up and he's trying to win, but like, oh, we'll fall asleep here, dude. 56% dampening. How long is this game has? We're only gonna have like 5 minutes left. And it's gonna be Merrymaker, man. Come on. Get some big damage out. Impress us, my guy. You can't be hiding behind Bill the whole time. Cheap shot coming out, Trinket, and wall by Tasty. Merrymaker's just going to LOS, but Tasty's going to take advantage here and try to do damage to Merrymaker. It's going to be a Trinket onto that stun and a blind onto Tasty instantaneously. Tasty no longer has a Trinket, so he's susceptible to a stun lock combo, but we'll see if Merrymaker is going to be able to execute it. I think Merrymaker still has a dot on himself, but I could be wrong though. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, right? And that's going to be Tasty getting hit with a kidney right afterwards. Merrymaker going for some big damage. This is his moment, opportunity. Getting Tasty to about half health. Cheap shot back to back. Tasty's going below half health. Merrymaker is all fully exhausted off cooldowns. Can he finish Tasty right now? A short stun. And Tasty's going for a hex right afterwards. I think he might have actually juked that stun or juked that kick, but might have not actually been able to do so. Healing surge is coming out. Kick coming out for Merrymaker. Wants to end Tasty right now. Merrymaker is also low health. There's big Sky Fury for Tasty. Getting healing surges back to back. Does Merrymaker has anything to stop him? Stun coming out for Tasty, and Merrymaker taking a bit of instant cast damage. Frost Shock's coming out. Cloak of Shadows available. This is his last Cloak of Shadows. Trying to juke a stun, and that might be Tasty dead. And Merrymaker does actually take him out. He whittled him down, biding his time at 64% dampening. Tasty just couldn't get a decent heal to heal himself up, and Merrymaker took him out. Heartcake and Zakati are up next. Dead is the only one left for the Horde side. No healing available, which is going to be good for Dead. Actually bad for Dead, because healing is actually one of his strong suits. So can Merrymaker do anything against a Warrior? Heartcake has 0 healing as Fury Warrior. He's not going to bank on any kind of healing support whatsoever. We'll see where it goes from here, though. Tasty played that one so well, though. Impressed me with that Ellie Shaman. I love that Storm Ellie pet coming out of the blue. I literally never see it. This man is on a whole nother level. Literally on another level. Merrymaker is still biding his time, getting his health up. He's playing to win. Heartcake might just have to bite the bullet and go find the eye and actually go look for the rogue. I don't know if that's going to be good for him at all, but we'll see, man. We will have to see you. Marvel Flippy Rush Stomach. What up, Brad? How you doing, my dude? What's up, fam? MTV raps. Alright, he picked up the eye. Get sapped by the rogue. Merrymaker's coming in on fairly low health. Once he gets some damage to Heartcake. Back-to-back cheap shots and everything. Evasion coming out as Heartcake pops big cooldowns. It's going to be a fear and a stun. Trinkets out of that stun into blind into Heartcake's burst. Merrymaker is just forcing cooldowns, forcing some damage, and keeping Heartcake low. Just going to do that probably the whole time while dampen is pretty high. Sap comes in. Is Heartcake going to be able to maybe break out of it with Rage and AoE him? Looks like Merrymaker is just going to play up to the full field. Cheap shot coming out, getting Nightblade up and everything. Gonna go back to back into a kidney, Shadow Strikes. And that's gonna be big defense of our Heartcake. That's all Merrymaker wanted. Shadow Step and oh, tried to smoke bomb away. Can Heartcake get any kind of heals out of Merrymaker? Stun coming out to Merrymaker. Can he get him low at all? He's dropping Merrymaker pretty low. Merrymaker's just trying to kite away. Heartcake and Merrymaker find himself at fairly low, similar health. That's gonna be commanding shot coming out of Heartcake. Was that a bad move? Might have been. Not going to be able to use this human racial. Maybe actually might be able to in a couple seconds unless that's what he used. Oh, it's going to be... Oh, he tried to go for a stun. That is going to be full kidney onto Heartcake. Heartcake thought he dodged it with that Blade Storm, but Merrymaker is going to get away into a vanish. Zakati is just going to go just right into that eye. Gonna see Merrymaker knows where he's at. Gonna send the pet on the other side. And Merrymaker is gonna have a hard time playing against the class with a pet. Because there's a pincer maneuver with the pet available right now. Get a Merrymaker out of combat. Gonna have to run through Death and Decay. Stun coming out. No trinket available. Buffing his pet. But the pet got stunned though. That was a bad move for Zakati. There's gonna be Cloak of Shadows and everything. But Zakati just wants to whittle down Merrymaker without taking too much damage. MS came out a little bit early. Pet is buffed. Pet stuns him in the back. And that's gonna be Merrymaker taking a bunch of damage. And it looks like he's just gonna die to the pet and the dots. Dust on the pet, trying to survive tooth and nail. Cheap shot onto Zakati, trying to see if he can force cooldowns out of him. Run to the other side of the pillars. They're not going to be able to be enough. Getting redotted by Zakati, and that's it, man. Cheat death, and Merrymaker does go down. Played it well. Played it, I thought, really well. Played it to the end, but Zakati going up versus Dead. And Dead is just going to sit in the back, going to avoid the death and decay. This is Dead's move, man. Zakati, only thing he doesn't have is his pet buff. And AMS actually was teabagging the Rogue for a second. What is that BM, Dead? What is that BM? That Rogue played well, even though a lot of people don't like the Rogue playstyle of just LOSing the whole time and cutting behind the pillar. He played it to the end. IBF coming out early out of Zakati as Dead goes for big burst, and as soon as IBF hits, just throwing grenades at him. Stun coming out, and that's going to be tricking out of Dead, just trying to get away, and Zakati's not letting him go anywhere. He's going to go for big heal, but Dead Deathpack does nothing for him. Literally zero healing out of that whatsoever. Dead is still finding himself at a pretty low health, and still has Turtle Shell and everything available. Those pets are going to start taking him down. Their Turtle Shell and Manning Bandage for the little sliver of health that he has. Dead actually might have just lost his duel right there by letting the pets attack him as much as they did. That's going to be everything down. The pet is still on him. Dots should still probably be available, maybe on him. Dead is just dying to the pet. Zakati is winning this one. Dead needs to figure out what to do right now. Feign Death coming out. The pet is still back onto Zakati. Dead is actually going to trap onto the pet, but can Zakati actually LOS towards Dead? Manic Bandages are coming out, but the pet is going to be available to Zakati any moment. Now, Zakati is also melting to Dead's pet right now. Dead needs to flow and find a kill. That grenade might take down Zakati and might actually be the end of Zakati. Zakati is trying to heal. Is Dead gonna win right there? And Dead does win at the end. It was a winner-take-all type of situation. He actually beat Zakati by trapping the pet, getting Zakati into a slow, running him into a trap, throwing a grenade in his face, and that was it, man. And that was it. Oh, that was awesome, dude. That was actually awesome. Dude, Tasty honestly just took it away. Honestly, just took that competition away. That was the duel we wanted to see. Wish we could have had that last week, right? What the fuck? Alright, we're bailing. Let's get another group going. Ridiculous 77% dampening. Yeah, nothing. Dude, he played to the end, man. He didn't want to die. Dampening is all he could really go for.